I did a 30 minute, close to a 30-minute video on TikTok. 10 minutes apiece. 30 minutes, yeah. So, I want to talk about this business plan for California. I don't know who's all gonna go on there and want to be a part of it and see it all go down, but it's gonna be an interesting one. It's an investment opportunity for a lifetime. It's it's quite interesting, if you ask me, because it has merit to make a lot of money for a lot of people. You see, I'm not just talking about it, I'm actually gonna be about it. I mean, I have a dream. I want to live wealthy and I want to live free without financial burdens. And I want to make sure that everybody who invests lives without a financial burden too, because America is about dreaming big and winning bigger. And we don't get a lot of that winning bigger stuff. Companies don't invest in tiny companies, they invest in companies that are making thousands of dollars and millions of views. But I've come up with a plan. Now, it's going to sound a little tacky and it's going to have a lot of pushback. I encountered that because I've seen how people react to business. A part of a business, this part of my business that I'm going to discuss with you right now, is large part to the investor. Because the investor has the power to push the right number. But see, I'm not like those other businesses that need a lot of money. I don't need a lot of money. I need the sequential amount to match to start the business. Unless you go under contract for 5 years, and then in that 5 years, you have to be able to help grow the business too, which means that I'm going to put a little pressure on you as the investor and the contractor to work with me to help grow my business. I'm going to need trailers built, custom trailers built, not just any old trailer. I'm going to need custom trailers that make sense. Okay? There's no possibility of defining this business plan. So when you're watching this, you're going to ask, well, what is this business? Well, I'm going to tell you. It is the greenest, most economically sound business you can have in today's society. With gas prices going through your ass, you're probably going to enjoy having a little bit of relief. And knowing that somebody's out there who cares to help you save on gas. The last minute grocery pickup, I got your back. It's on a bike. As long as it's under 5 items and I have room for it, I'll put it on a trailer and bring it to you. The power of marketing is what it's called. It's about getting out there, okay? It's about making an influence. Getting businesses to look at you is the biggest key. I have a limit on miles that I will go. I'm going to tell you right now that advertising, there is no limit on miles, but in my case, there is. I will go from, let's say, Norwalk to Santa Fe Springs for advertising. And if it's longer, I'm going to charge you the longer price. Let's say you go from Norwalk to Irvine. that is a lot of travel, and that's a lot of eyes that could see your advertisement on the back of my bike. This trailer is going to have an LED board that is going to showcase a lot. It's going to showcase it. You're going to see it. You're going to see it. You're going to recognize it, and you go, "Oh, that's good business because they're supporting a greener future." Product placement is a key. That's a big key, you know. That's one of those keys you can't ignore. Product placement is key because it makes more sense. So, advertising and delivery, it all comes together in a way because it influences the delivery. They buy the merchandise, I deliver it, it's at your door. And the only part of this that I'm going to absolutely decline is alcohol purchases. My company will not accept an alcohol purchase because I don't believe that companies who do alcohol delivery should be doing those. I think that the alcohol that is being delivered should be in the care of the proprietor who sold it, and they should make it to where they do the delivery, not us. That's too much. That is, I don't care who you are, I would not want to be that delivery driver. With fake IDs and stuff like that, no. No, thank you. I don't want to take a risk. Now, if I knew I could build a system to verify before purchase, verify the identity of the purchasee and the alcohol was actually going to that person, I would say sure. But I've not found a system that I can put on an app that will help diversify and protect me and my company from selling it to an underage person. And some of you are thinking, well, alcohol makes money too. Yes, it does. But it also makes it a risk for the delivery. I could lose my license to their stupidity. Because I will not risk my license, my business, for their stupidity. I'd much rather have the merchant risk his business for getting a fake ID. Now, I'm very aware of what I'm going to be talking about, and so this whole business thing is going to be about a good 30 minutes of conversation. So just bear with me, and in turn, I will cover every point you want to hear. First of all, investing in any business is adding to infrastructure. You're adding to the infrastructure of all companies. My company, for what it is a more defined, we want to reach more people in the sector of making sure that we get the right partnerships. We're not going to invest and take, we're going to invest and give back. We're community based to give back. We want to give back to everybody. We want the people who want the money to have the money and make sure that they get their merchandise on time. So we're not divesting, we're investing in the community for which we live in. Now, all The people who work for me will all be paid the same rate. No one's gonna get paid more or less than anybody else, because I feel that if you're working, you should be paid equally according to who you are. So here it is. A bicycle delivery trailer marketing business. Now you're probably thinking, why one of those? Well, on a bike, you can see the bicyclist, unless you're totally stupid and blind and you can't see shit. That I don't know what to tell you to do, because I would not want to be riding a bike if somebody was blind driving a car and couldn't see me. But I know with a trailer and a bicycle, you can make a lot of money. And I would be willing to have good riders go with me on a run. For the first time, I think in American history, you're going to see a greener investment in a big way. Now, the greener investment, for its thrills and spills, is a bicycle delivery / marketing trailer business. I want to reach people who want to go beyond the surface, who want to take on a bigger challenge. I want to reach companies who want to be a part of this bigger challenge. I'm willing to go from Santa Fe Springs, California, to Irvine, California, on a bike to advertise. Price $2,000, to be fair. And that has no mileage included. That's the price. When advertising, I don't have a price per mile. Now, if a company comes to me and says, "What's your price per mile for advertising?" I would say, "How far you want to go?" Because all the way to San Diego, you can bet I'm going to ask you for what it's worth. Me bicycling all the way to San Diego, it'd take me at least a good 3 days on a bike. And it would be seen, it would be seen all the way to San Diego. Because I would take the bike and I would travel all the way to San Diego and back with the marketing. And I would find people who want to work with me to do it. See, this is like taking a train, getting on a train, holding a sign, telling them, "We're here to advertise for you. What do you want to know?" Travel cost, it's not about it's not about the miles, it's about what you want and how far you want us to go. Now, traveling to like SAC would be a little bit more, because I would not be able to guarantee a bicyclist would ride all the way to Sacramento. You would end up paying for a hotel. You'd end up paying for like at least 4 hotel rooms on the way there for the bicyclists. Even for me, you would end up paying for 4 hotel rooms. I'm sorry, I will not try and make Sacramento in a day. It would be impossible on a bike. And weather conditions permitting, it would be unlikely to be completed in 2 days. So let's save I want to save the speculation, because there is no speculation. You end up paying for the hotel rooms. And advertising at that price is expensive. And that's an easy drop in the bucket. I'm going to tell you right now, that is not a question of price. There would be no negotiation. I would not negotiate on that travel price, because it would be not worth it to do. Okay? $5,000 for this is a startup investment. It's a simple investment. Now, the deal would be 3 months, 10 phases, 3 months, money back in 5 months. That would mean that you could either get your money back in 5 months, which would be $1,000 a month, which you would not get any extra. It would be strictly the $5,000 plus the additional $2,500 as you would receive a generous return of $2,500 on the $5,000. But the other side of that coin, which every coin has two sides, remember that now. The other side of that coin is you invest $5,000, you wait 12 months, and I write you a check for like $10,000 in over a 6-month break. So if we make 20 grand in 1 month, I will write you a check for $5,000 as a loyalty to you. And you would have the option to either diversify the investment, which would mean dumping it back in, and we hire more bicyclists to ride the routes and to do the running. And we also create a connecting chain through California all the way up to Oregon and all the way up to Washington. All that way, all these bicyclists would have that opportunity to work for one company based in the United States, making no sacrifices. $25 an hour for 4 hours work, that's $100. It's more than they would ever make working a regular 9-to-5 job. $25 an hour. Now, if we went to 24-hour runs, 24 hours a day, the instant we did 24-hour runs, I would end up having to up my prices only because of night shift. I would not want a bicyclist out at night running, so it'd only be a day thing. Another thing is the more money that is dumped into my business, I would see it as a profit to make a return to the investor. Advertising is not cheap. You can pay upwards of $1 million for online. Me, you won't pay that much for my online advertising, for me to advertise on the back of one of my bikes. And let me explain to you how this works. We don't charge per mile. We charge for location. Logic dictates that if I was to get on a bike and I was to travel from Santa Fe Springs, California, all the way down to Irvine, California, I would be traveling for $2,000 down there and back. And that would give you 1 month of advertising on that bike for that $2,000. Now, why is it 1 month for $2,000? Because that's how much the sign would be worth. An LED board with your business on it and what you're offering is worth that much for 1 month. Now, if you said, I want to make this a year-round deal, well, let me explain to you your definition of year-round. Because at $2,000 a month, that's $14,000 a year. That $14,000 I would discount down to $10,000, and you get 2, not 1, 2 free months of advertising. Absolutely free, no charge. year round, you'd pay almost $1 million in a short amount of time because I will not cut costs that bad. Now, if you go for year-round advertising, that's what it would be. The biggest sporting events would get priority advertising because I would want them to get the most. WWE, NFL, XFL, colleges, all that we would do because I would want to be a part of that because it'd make money. I'd be cashed out. The prospects of this, first of all, is we would run from Inglewood, California, all the way to Irvine, California, at half the cost of $2,500 for a trip a day. That's one trip over 30 days, each at different times. Now, Inglewood is further than Santa Fe Springs, and it's in the heart of Los Angeles. Inglewood, California, we would travel from Inglewood, California, come down to Santa Fe Springs, and then head to Irvine. And it'd be $2,500 one trip per day for 30 days. That would be a great deal for somebody who wanted all those miles and wanted to do that. It'd also be one hotel room. So you could figure probably about $3,000 total in hotel room and stuff. And since on a bike, you'd have to figure drinks, food, and break. I'm not going to make a bicyclist ride all the way from Inglewood all the way to Irvine in one setting. That would not be possible. So what would happen is whoever took the run, we'd pay them $800 for 8 hours of work. We would get them a hotel room. And the reason I'm saying $3K is because we're both making money, no one's losing any, and you're getting advertising seen by a lot of people. Now the delivery part of this, the bicycle delivery service, with the trailer advertising, the bicycle delivery service is somewhat of a free idea. It's not free as in you get everything free. It's free as in you get free 2.5 mile delivery range. From landmark business to your front door, if you're within 1 mile of the delivery site and pickup, you'll get it free. If you're at 3 miles, you're going to get a 50-cent charge on your card because we're not going to do 3 miles free. We're going to charge you for the third mile. Now, long trips are easy. Anything beyond 6 miles, no questions asked, it's $10 because I will not debate 10-mile runs. It's $10 because you got 2.5 miles free, remember? So you can't complain about a charge of $10 if you really want your stuff delivered. That's the truth. I do not require you to tip. There's no requirement of cash upon delivery. It's your choice. If you choose to tip, that's your choice. But do not feel obligated. And I will say this for the purpose of everybody here. I will not allow people to go on Reddit, Facebook, YouTube, or any social media site and talk bad about a customer, because that makes the company look bad. That makes me look bad, and I will not put up with that. That is my one absolute bottom line. You don't do. You do not go online and say something negative about a customer that you just delivered to, and you're mad because you did not get a tip. That is not how that works. That will never be how my company operates. Anybody caught talking bad or bad mouthing a customer online will either face immediate resolution of termination, or they'll face 3 days without pay for their actions. I will not put up with it. I think it is wrong. You going online and posting about deliveries you get and not getting a tip is not acceptable, and I will not have that in my company. That makes my company look bad, and that makes me look bad, and I will not put up with it. That is my say so from this point forward. Bicycle delivery is a revolutionary battle, because on DoorDash, Uber, Grubhub, all those apps, vehicles like cars, pickups get priority. And that is what is wrong. And that is why some people who do it on bike do not make money. Well, this is different. This is a company that is doing bike and is going to partner with these companies and tell them, we do not charge for 2.5 mile delivery. If it's within 2.5 miles, it's free, because we believe the best way to grow and expand is to offer a free incentive of a delivery within 2.5 miles. If it's 1.2 miles to the store, then it's 1.2 miles to the house. That's 2.4 miles in a round trip. You're making money. The $5,000 would go for a bike, a trailer, and a few posters to be printed and given to the customers for delivery, listing all of our unique service options with our bikes and our trailers. Our first service option is delivery. That will never change. That will always be the standard of our business. Our second is our marketing and advertising. The trailers on the back are not just there to look good, they're there to make us money. And if a company sees that they can get eyes on a trailer on traffic and going down the road and paying for the trip, it'll work, because it's worth it to them. Second, helping hands. My company is committed to having a service that's not just about delivery, but about providing more than what is other companies will provide. Our Helping Hands project is simply, if you order groceries and you're not home, we will make an offer to put them in a safe place, to make sure they're cold, and make sure they're kept under ice so they do not defrost until you get home. The next part of this video is going to talk about how this is going to all work. The investor. If you invest in Brandon's friendly bicycle and tricycle delivery service and trailer marketing business, we're going to give you 3 months to decide, but you have 3 months to either get your investment back or to invest more and get a bigger cut in a year. You can make nine grand, which is a $4,000 profit, or you can make 15 grand with a 10 grand investment. which is a $5,000 profit to those of you who are interested. The investment. I have a business plan. I'm not publishing it for everybody to read. I'm just telling you I have a business plan. I've posted it on my LinkedIn, and I'm going to share this on my LinkedIn. So if you're on my LinkedIn, check out Brandon's Friendly Bicycle and Tricycle Delivery Trailer Marketing Business on my LinkedIn. I have the business plan up there. I'm looking at this as a growth and experience opportunity. So if you're interested, drop me a line, send me a comment, tell me how you want to help, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I hope this video has been very insightful, and I hope everybody has a wonderful day, and I will update you with more as I get closer to launching my business.